Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick battery comparison here with the XZ Premium and the Galaxy S8. I have charged both of them to the max and I wanted to see which one is better when it comes to gaming for an hour to see how the batteries do hold up here. We're also going to check the heat output because that's obviously something which people do care about. So we're going to just start them up here, and you can see we have charged them both to the full in regards to the battery. Both of them feel quite cool so far. We are using, I think, fast chargers in both of them. And for those of you who aren't aware, the S8 standard has about 3000 battery compared to the Sony, which comes with, I think, about 3300 or something like that. So a little bit of sizable difference there. Both very efficient in terms of their processors. This is an Exynos model, and we're just going to get the temperature up thing, and you can see, I think that reading was incorrect because you can see it's coming down now. It's very cool actually. It surprised me then when it said 60, but you can see starting off very nice and cool here. Probably the XZ Premium running that a little bit cooler, as you can see, but they are still, coming down a little bit. So maybe the S8 is actually cooler. So interesting to start off here. I think you can see they're about the same. Here, the CPU seems to be going wild on the S8, but the actual main test is with the game, obviously, which I'm going to play like for an hour, and obviously keep starting the game up and making the GPU work. We're going to be using Asphalt, which is quite a good game because it can play itself. I don't have to really, stare at it all the time. So let's just get the game playing here. And I want to learn to drive. Want to play. Go back. So I'm just trying to navigate through the horrendous pop-ups here with this game. I think they've changed the interface so much since the last update. So we're going to unplug them now. There you go. So they're both on battery power, and let's go. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to keep restarting the game for an hour now. What is the time currently? Time is 20:13, so 8:13. We're back at 9:13. Which is going to win? It's going to be very interesting. I think maybe the bigger battery in the Sony will lend to a bit better runtime. But then again, on some videos I have seen, it looks like the XZ Premium does drain a little bit faster than the S8, so it's going to be quite interesting. But yeah, I'll join you again in an hour, and we'll see what happens. So I think we are an hour later now, and you can see the phones are still running here. They've gone through about 10-15 times, like finishing the game. So it's time to check the heat output to see which one is running hotter, and then we're going to check the battery level. So we're going to try and do this at the same time. Let's go. So who's won? Who has won? So it looks like in terms of the heat, the Samsung has won in terms of running cool, which, that's very surprising actually. I thought the Exynos would actually run hotter here. And in terms of the battery, we can see Samsung has won again. 83% here versus 80%, which is really strange, given that obviously Sony is using a bigger battery here, and generally uses the full HD resolution for doing most tasks compared to obviously 2K resolution on the S8. But then again, I think we have this on full HD, like in terms of default profiles, so that might help it. But I think you can see here once again, this goes to show you how efficient the display is on the Samsung. Because it's got that OLED panel technology versus the older style technology here. I think they're both on about the same in terms of the brightness. Auto sync is on, and everything's on in the background. And also I've taken the SIM out as well as the S8, so it was a fair test. So props where props is due. Samsung is ahead in this video, but I've got some other tests planned, and maybe Sony will pull one back. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, found it helpful. Not the best video for Sony fans, but it is what it is, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.